Hello, I'm Henry Kaminsky, and I'm the owner of the Easy Labeler Company. And I'm here to show you how to set up and operate your Easy Labeler machine when you receive it. When you receive your Easy Labeler machine, it's going to arrive in a box like this. We normally ship priority mail. The box will contain your manual, some spare parts and some parts you're going to use, the Easy Labeler frame, and also 2 guide arms. The first step in assembly is to remove your 3-inch core inserts. Then you take your roll of labels, which we do not provide, and put your inserts into your label roll. The next step is to remove the wrappings from the guide arms. Remove the axle from the back of the machine and insert it into your core inserts. Then take the guide arms and put them on each side of your roll of labels. Take the labels, put the guide arms into the take-up axles, and set the axle in the back of the machine. The only tool you need is a Phillips head screwdriver. You need to release 4 screws, 2 on each side of the machine. This allows you to move the rollers out. And now, to ensure that the labels go on your container perfectly aligned, we take a measurement from the back of the label roll to the edge of the machine, and a measurement from the edge of the machine to the label roll in front. And that measurements being equal, that's where we clip on the label backing, so that the label backing is perpendicular to the blade, which then aligns your labels perfectly. Now that you have your label roll aligned, we're going to loosen the bottle screw, the bottle stopper screw, which is right here. And we're going to center the bottle stopper to approximately the center of your container. And then retighten the screw. There's one more adjustment we need to make sure the labels apply correctly. As you can see, there's a gap between the paper backing and the bottle itself. We need to adjust the rails so that the bottle is just touching the paper. Then we tighten the 2 screws on this side and the 2 screws on this side. Now that you have the bottle aligned where you want to put the label, you can begin to crank the label roll until the first label just peeks out from underneath the blade. The next step is to take the label indicator from the bag, clip it onto the guide arm, and align it to the space between the labels, so that when you crank the next label, you stop as it applies only one label to your container. And now you're ready to label your bottles in one simple process. Your label is applied perfectly. And remember, to make sure that your labels are aligned correctly, the two most important factors are to measure from the back, the label roll to the edge of the machine in the back, and equal that distance from the label roll to the edge of the machine in the front. The second most important factor is to make sure that the rollers are set so the container just touches the backing of the label roll. In terms of labels, we recommend die-cut labels, and that means that there's a space between the labels, which makes it visually easier to know when you have labeled just one label on your container. The second thing is that this is an orientation number 3. The labels are on the outside of the roll with the right edge, if this had writing on it, the right edge leading. The other parameter we need to remember is that the diameter, the outside to the outside of the label roll, cannot be greater than 8 inches.